When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand.
On today's show,
Synchronized skating with Katie Orland.
Humans of Staples sat down with Danny Jersey.
Do you know who works in the library? Well, stay tuned on BTSOS and find out. All that and more.
Good morning, Staples.
Woke up cold one Tuesday. I'm looking tired and feeling quite sick. I felt like there was something missing in my day-to-day.
Good morning, Staples. It's Wednesday, May 6th, and I'm Jack Zappo.
And I'm Chloe Atta. The countdown has begun. Just 4 more morning shows for seniors going on internships.
And on all 4, you'll have an opportunity to stand for the pledge.
Today's opportunity is right now.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We mentioned seniors. Here's a couple of announcements they may be interested in.
Each year for the last 6 years, the media department has created a 2-DVD graduation package set.
The DVD package contains about 6 hours of Staples memories, including the graduation,
Baccalaureate,
the pep rally,
the senior photo,
the variety show,
highlights of prom,
and your 4 years of the best of Good Morning Staples TV show.
To order yours, go to the Staples webpage or see Mr. Honeycutt.
Also, seniors, in just a few weeks, you'll be the latest to be able to call yourselves the latest proud Staples graduates.
There are brand new Staples alumni t-shirts available.
Show your Staples pride at college next year.
Visit shopasf.com and go to the logo wear tab to find Wrecker Wear. A portion of all proceeds supports the PTA.
The boys are back to give you a look at another person from the Staples community.
Here's this week's version of Humans of Staples.
Everybody get up.
Something people don't know about me, I'm a pretty avid collector of American coins. I sort of got into it when I was 7, and I found out that my great-grandfather was a banker in like the way early 1900s, like literally 1900, and he kept, I think it was like 6 coins from there, and they were like mint condition, and my dad gave them to me as a birthday present just to see if I would like them because he liked them. And I spent the whole day just with them, just kind of staring at them in awe. And that's how I got into it now.
It's kind of neat that the previous generation has an influence of the next.
This week on Behind the Scenes of Staples, Olivia and I talked to someone who is new to Staples this year, but who a lot of people already knew.
This week on Behind the Scenes of Staples, we interview Mrs. Harmon, the paraprofessional in the library.
What's your name?
My name's Karen Harmon.
What do you do here?
I am a paraprofessional. I'm a library assistant here in the Staples Learning Commons.
How long have you been working here?
This is my first year.
Oh, really?
But I've been in the school system for a long time. I was at Cooley Middle for like 6 years and at Bedford for 6 years.
And what do you do in your free time?
My free time is traveling whenever I can. Not that you need a chunk of time for that. I love to go to Broadway. I love photography and I love to read.
Where are some of the places you've traveled?
Well, I've been to Australia, I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Europe. So those are some cool places that I've been.
What's your favorite Broadway show?
I just saw a great show called Something's Rotten. It's a musical about musicals. It's so cool. It's Shakespeare musicals all together. It's up for 10 Tony Awards.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song? Lean on Me.
Okay, this is the Google question.
Okay.
Okay, so if you were stuck in a blender, how would you get out of the blender?
Stuck in the blender with the top on.
Yeah, let's go top on.
I would hope that there was some other contents in there, and I would build a little wall along the side of it and climb up and over.
Okay. We just want to say thank you to Mrs. Harmon for a great interview. And now, back to the host.
Thanks, Miss Harmon. We're glad you're here.
Speaking of the Library Media Center, tomorrow during all 3 lunchways, the library is hosting the 5th Annual Poetry Slam.
On Thursday, May 7th, we're going to be having a poetry slam in the library, and we will be having a resident artist, a poet, come in, and she's going to share some of her work. And there also will be opportunities for students to come and perform. There's going to be an open mic, and so you can sign up. There's a form on the library webpage, or you can just come by and step up to the mic if you want to recite some of your own work, or you can read something that someone else has written. And we're also going to be having the jazz band. We're going to have some compos performing in between. And so there'll be a combination of music and poetry, so come down if you want to share some work, or if you just want to come in and listen to the music and the poetry. It should be a fun time during all 3 lunch weeks.
Students, teachers, staff, anyone can participate.
It's an open mic, so you can also decide at the last moment if you have something to say.
On last Thursday's show, we showed you some students that won awards in language and math. This week, it's music.
At the end of last week, the Connecticut Music Educators Association invited more than 400 Connecticut music students to Hartford for the Connecticut All-State Music Festival.
Each of the students had to audition in order to be able to attend the event.
Staples High School was well represented by the following students. Congratulations to these outstanding musicians and, of course, to our music department.
Let's go to Cyrus next. While watching the talent show, he became interested in a musician who performed not once, but twice.
So we sat down with Tristan to ask him more about his music.
Hi Staples, I'm here with Tristan Zalls, variety show extraordinaire, and I've got a few questions about his music career. We're going to kind of go into that and figure that all out. So how long have you been involved in music and instruments and all that?
The first time I started playing with an instrument was back in 5th grade when I started playing the trumpet. After about half a year of that, it turned out my mouth was too big to play the trumpet, so I switched to the euphonium, which I've been playing ever since. I picked up trombone last year for the jazz band, and the more important instruments, guitar and bass, as far as the variety show goes. Yeah. I started playing in freshman year. A voice I just started doing specifically for the variety show, so a couple weeks ago.
Gotcha. So you performed twice at the variety show. What were the bands you performed with, and what's your guys' kind of deal?
The 2 bands I performed with were a new band called Pizza Dust, which I assembled specifically for the variety show to play the song Magnetic for extra credit in physics, which I was pretty happy with. The other band, I don't remember their name, but I was filling in for their bassist, who was not able to show up.
So what's in the future for Pizza Dust?
For Pizza Dust, we're currently developing a set list, and we think we're going to go places with it. It's a very strong lineup. It's me, Sean Porio, and Alejandro Hervella.
Okay. Do you have any shows you want to plug in the future or anything like that?
We haven't got a date set on it, but we're definitely going to be playing Tokay with Pizza Dust soon.
Nice. So we got to keep an eye on Tokay Hall then, and I'll have some dates for you sometime soon. Well, Tristan, thank you again for stopping in.
Thank you for having me.
And let's take a quick look at some highlights from the variety show.
This one is for the extra credit. Thank you, Ms. Vegas. In the field, when the static is revealed, if the north isn't true, will I lose my way to you?
Now let's turn to sports.
First up, Justin and Ben are back with the Wrecker Weekly Sports Update.
Hi, I'm Justin Seidman.
I'm Benji Malowitz, and we're here with our weekly spring sports update. Boys lacrosse have a 9-2 record. They beat Fox Lane and Trumbull last week. Huge game for FCIAC playoff seeding tomorrow against a very talented Ridgefield team, which will also be played at home. Another great game Saturday against Wilton, which will be our annual Stick for Soldiers game, so come support the game for a great cause.
Girls lacrosse is also continuing their great start, and they beat Ward last week 13-3, with big contributions from Captain Paige Murray with 4 goals and freshman Christine Taylor with 5 goals. Unfortunately, they lost to a very talented Darien team, but then they responded by beating a very good McMahon team 18-4. Next game is against Hall on Saturday, and everybody should come out and support our seniors on their senior day at the stadium.
Baseball is at an 8-3 record. Last week, they beat Ridgefield 5-2 and also beat McMahon 11-0. That game was highlighted by Ben Kasparis' home run over the Blue Monster. Good matchup this week against New Canaan on Friday at home. Come out and support our boys.
Boys volleyball is continuing to do well, and they beat a good Trumbull team earlier this week, and then they lost 2 tough games to a Darien and Ridgefield team. They have a big game next week against St. Joe's.
Girls tennis is 8-1, continuing their great season. They have a big game tomorrow on the road against Ridgefield, and last week put a beat down on New Canaan.
Boys tennis remains undefeated and beat a New Canaan team 4-3 in an absolute thriller. The boys tennis team has a very tough stretch coming up, beginning tomorrow against Ridgefield. So that's our update for this week, and now we'll send it back to Chloe and Jack.
A lot of Staples athletes don't compete on Staples teams.
Katie Orland is an example. She's competed around the world as a synchronized skater.
Here's a report along with the footage of her in Croatia.
We sat down with Katie Orland and talked about her synchronized skating.
How did you get into skating?
Well, when I was little, I signed up for group lessons, and I had a coach who coached a synchronized skating team, and she thought I'd be really good with the girls, and so I joined the team, and it all just kind of began there.
So can you tell us a little bit about synchronized skating, like exactly what it is?
Well, synchronized skating is where there's between 16 and 20 girls on the ice at the same time doing the exact same thing, and yeah.
What team do you skate for now, and where do you practice?
I skate for the Skyliners, and we practice some days in Westchester and in New York, and some days out of Chelsea Piers, Connecticut in Stamford.
So can you tell us a little bit about what happened in Croatia?
Well, we went to Croatia for the 2015 Junior Worlds, and it was a really cool experience. We were Team USA 1, and we traveled with another team from Boston who was Team USA 2, and we got to compete against a bunch of teams from around the world. There was 19 countries represented, and it was just a really cool experience. Like, there was a lot of competition. It was really fun and intense.
How did your team place in the Junior World Championship?
Well, there was 24 teams total, and we placed 6th out of 24, which is really good because there was only 3 countries ahead of us, which were Finland, Russia, and Canada.
What do you think is next for you in regards to synchronized skating?
Well, hopefully for the next few years I'll probably compete with the junior division again, and for Skyliners hopefully we'll be able to have the same goals for next year to be Team USA 1 and to go to Junior Worlds again and hopefully eventually win a medal, but if not, you know, it's all fun anyway. Back to the host.
Next we look at one of our very successful spring teams, boys volleyball.
We sat down with some Staples volleyball players. Here's what they said.
I'm Jared Himmel.
I'm Kieran Simonovic.
We're on the Staples boys volleyball team.
Who are your team captains?
Christy Laurentis and Jason Bernstein.
So how are you liking your new coach?
Our new coach is Dan Cho. He used to be the JV coach, so all the players really know him pretty well. There's a lot of great chemistry between the players and him. He's a very chill guy, great coach.
So how is your season going so far?
It's going pretty well. We actually lost our first game yesterday, which was the 22nd. So as of now, we're 6-1.
What do you see in the future for this season?
We're looking for a 3-peat FCIAC championship and a state championship.
So how do you feel about the team this year?
So the team's really strong this year. Great start, 5-1. Hoping to 3-peat the FCIAC championship and make a run at the state title.
Let's check out some highlights from their past games.
The server's up, goes to Brill, back, DeLorante spikes it straight to the ground with force.
This one looks like it's going to go to all 5 games. Very intense to start.
Yep, and then Ryan Miller will take it, but he gets blocked by Jared Himmel. That'll be sent right back. And Jared Himmel has had the game of its life so far. He's really been performing well. Definitely Ridgefield wants him back there. It'll be Piquiera who gets it, Labaro to Himmel, over to the spike. Then it'll be back to Henrik Lipinov. And it'll go to Ladowdy. But he will get stuffed by Christy Laurentiis.
The school where Ridgefield's coach used to coach at. I bet the coach was very happy about that one.
Yep, Ligorian back to Simonovic, who will hit it over. Simonovic, the hit to the left side. Himmel, and the team's lone center. Henrik up to Labaro, up to Jason Bernstein, back to the Laurentiis, smashes it over, but it'll be set right back to Bernstein. Back to Himmel. Himmel is spiked from far away. Blocked, but it goes past the hands. It's a deflection.
Thanks for talking to us, guys. Good luck on the rest of the season. Now back to the host.
The game was carried live over WWPT and the Staples Television Network.
The announcing was done by Zach Edelman and Jake Bond, and the TV broadcast was produced by Justin Schweibel and Alex Kurtz.
That's it for us today, Staples.
The Period 2 class will be bringing you their show tomorrow.
Bye.
I won't cry, I won't cry, no I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me.